I only got like one more bite.
Okay. Well, can you take one more bite?
It was two. I'm sorry.
Oh, two. Okay. Well,
This episode is sponsored by One More Bite.
it always turns into two. Here we go. And we go, Ayo. Yeah, we're back. We're eating. We're having a good time. All right, we're back with the Hedge, with Double D. I know we were off last week, so thank you for sticking around, sticking with us, and joining us again this week. Colin, good to have you back this week. How you doing?
Doing great, man. NFL's in full swing. The NBA just started. NHL just started. It's a good time to be. And you got the World Series about to start too.
Oh man, what a series too! Diamondbacks, Rangers.
I couldn't
called
believe
it.
Oh, Tony called it.
No, I'm kidding. Not
If
at
I'll
all.
listen back. No, yeah. Speaking of Tony, oh, it's good to have you back, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm so happy to be here. You have no idea.
Oh, good. We're happy.
Like Colin said, like, sure, it's great that the World Series is going on, the NFL's in full swing, but there's one thing that we're all here for, and it's basketball, baby.
Oh,
I love it.
Oh,
I love it. I don't care if it's game 1 or game 7 of the finals. I'm all in, baby.
The ultimate glue guy, Sweet Tea Tony Smith.
Yeah, I thought he was going to say the Hedge, not basketball.
That's a big compliment. Thank you. I mean, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Tony Glue. All right. So yeah, well, you know what, and we'll put out just for y'all, just for Tony. We might put out a little basketball futures talk, a little something coming out tomorrow, this weekend. We'll see.
Ooh.
Woo! All right. Only because I love you. But we're talking football.
Thank you.
We're talking
foosball.
NFL. We're talking, what are we, like week 9? It's great. Week 8, I think. Week 9 in college.
Week 8.
Week 8.
Yeah, I'm 6-1. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Wow. Oh wow, are you? You doing good?
Oh, not in our league. In our league, I'm 4-3, but I was 1-3, so I'm on a 3-game win streak, including a win over my guy Colin down there.
Classic.
Yeah, that'll haunt me.
I think
it's all good. I'm in the playoffs. That's all I need, so I'm good.
Ooh. We'll see. I think I'm really bad in that league.
I think all 3 of us are in the playoffs. I'm pretty sure. Oh. I don't know. I'm in too many damn leagues. It's hard to keep them all together.
Well, there's no money in that league, so it's my least of my priorities. So,
coming from a 2-time winner, of course, you don't care. I founded the damn league like over a decade ago, and I'm like the only one that hasn't won. It's bull stuff.
He's really the Kevin from the league, but like only in that one.
I'm the one in the league that knows everybody. Like most of them know each other, but I'm the only one that knows everyone, like all the way.
See, ultimate glue guy once again, not only NBA wise, but fantasy football as well.
That's
damn
true.
Right.
All right. Well, Tony Glue, Montana. Well, I'm glad you're here to keep us together. Colin, we've done really well the last couple of weeks. We didn't do last week, but the couple of weeks before that, I don't know the exact record, but we've done really well. So we're gonna keep it going. And now we got Tony with us. We're gonna have 3 picks, so we'll see. This will be good. We'll have someone a little tiebreaker in case we disagree on something. So we're gonna do a quick rundown of all the games. If you're listening to this, the long form, we talk about all the games here. So maybe we'll skip a game or 2 here and there, but I think this week we'll do all of them. And then on the weekend we'll put out the official 3 to 5 picks for the NFL and 5 picks for college. So starting with Philadelphia, Washington. Philadelphia, it's at Washington this time. They've already played. And it went to overtime. Philadelphia won by 3 in overtime when it was at Philadelphia. So at Washington, Philadelphia favored by -7, and total 43.5. At the beginning of the year, we were all saying Washington's probably not very good. And then they kind of won a couple of games. They were kind of surprised me at the beginning. And they seem to have kind of regressed back to their to the mean of what we thought they would be. They've lost a lot. They lost to the Bears. They have not looked great. They looked really bad last week against the Giants. But they played Philadelphia really close. So that 7 points is a little scary. 7.5 would scare me a lot more. So I think I'm going to lean toward Philly in -7. They seem to be kind of putting it together. They obviously played really well against Miami last week. So it's hard to take Washington here. So I think I'm leaning towards Philly at -7. Colin, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, that was my initial. I think you could, a lot of value in just teasing it down to -6.5 and just take that without sweating it. But definitely, I feel like taking the under on this one. And then also the points. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Eagles -7, then also take the under. I don't think Washington scores a lot of points. I think it's going to be kind of low scoring on their end. Maybe score 10 or something.
Okay. Tony, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to decide with you guys. Colin, what you said about if it were her buying a point to 6.5. If it were a 6.5 point spread, I wouldn't think twice about it. But 7 is a little tricky. So, but with that being said, I know Philly looked good last week when they beat Miami. But honestly, other than that, they've been kind of. I know they were undefeated, but I don't know. They were kind of just average looking. They found ways to win, which is obviously the most important thing. But they've just been looking kind of pedestrian out there so far. I'm ready for that offense and to really get going. Jalen Hurts to stop throwing as many interceptions and everything. But also the Commanders, they're that team because they're the team that snapped Philly's undefeated season last year. They're just like the streak snappers. They win the games you don't think they're going to win, but they also lose the games you don't think they're going to lose. So they're a plucky team, so it's difficult. But I think I'm just going to ride with the talent that the Eagles have. They just have so many good players. The most complete roster in the NFL. Maybe 49ers have something to say about that. So yeah, give me the Eagles to cover, and I think I'm going to take the under as well. I hate to just copy everything, but like Colin said, I don't think the Commanders are going to score more than 10 points with the defense they're going against and just how weird their offense has been this year. So yeah, give me Philly to cover and the under.
Yeah. Is anyone looking at FanDuel right now or anything that have odds?
I have it open.
Y'all do me a favor while I talk here. Look up how many Washington's over under for just their points is for just how many points Washington's going to score. So Tony, I like what you're saying there, and honestly, what y'all are both saying, I think it's fair to go if you're going Philadelphia, then you also need to go under 43.5. I think if Philadelphia is going to cover the -7, it's going to be like a 28 or 35 or something to like 10 or to 14. It's going to be Washington scoring low. Philadelphia scoring a lot. If you like Washington covering the +7, it's going to be, I feel like that means Washington's going to score more points basically. So I think you take the over if you like Washington covering. But since we're all taking Philadelphia, I like the under with that. So I think it makes sense that we're taking the under with it. Have y'all found the total for Washington?
Found it.
All right, what you got?
On FanDuel, the over/under is set at 17.5.
Ooh, so we like that.
So the under is -124 and the over is +102.
Okay.
So yeah, but I would smash that under.
Yeah.
Like I don't see them scoring 18 points.
But yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, it sounds like we're all loving that under there. Cool. That's something to look at too. Maybe if you're doing a same game parlay or something. All right. Well, moving on. All in agreement there. So all right, moving on. Jacksonville, Pittsburgh. I feel like I'm always going against Tomlin and always getting burned. I just don't think Pittsburgh's good. And I'm taking Jacksonville -2.5, so I'm going against them again. And
when will he learn?
Yeah, so It's Jacksonville -2.5 and 40.5 is the over under. Pittsburgh's getting, they got their receiver back, Deontay Johnson. And so that's going to help with offense. I don't know, but I like Jacksonville here. I think, Pittsburgh's a team. 2.5 is low enough to where I think Jacksonville is definitely the better team. And, Pittsburgh is going to play really weird and well / is close with all those AFC North teams. But I think Jacksonville coming in, just going to be a little bit different. I think I'd like the over also 40.5. Jacksonville doesn't have a great defense. And I think they'll put up some points. And maybe Pittsburgh, I think, they'll put something together and put up at least like 13 points, 10, 13 points or something. So I think I like the over there. But let me go to Tony this time first. What are you thinking there, Tony?
Yeah, this one's tough. Like you said, it's hard, especially after the season they're having, it's hard to go against Tomlin. I think he's definitely top 5 coaches in the NFL, and he's doing a damn good job with the roster he's got this year. So I've got mad respect for him. But the Jags are hot. They started off pretty slow. They had that 3-score loss to the Texans that no one saw coming. But ever since that, they've been playing really well, won 4 in a row, including a win over, I think, the Bills. They beat a good team. So I want Jacksonville. It makes me question myself because it is in Pittsburgh, and that is a good home field advantage, one of the better ones in the NFL. But I just think Jacksonville is just the better team. They have the better quarterback, which my fantasy team really needs Trevor Lawrence to start picking it up. So just throwing that out there. But yeah, I think they've got a lot of weapons on offense, and their defense isn't great, but it's serviceable. It's good enough. So yeah, give me Jacksonville to cover the 2.5 and give me over on the points, because I think it'll be a close game, but I'm going to predict 28-24 Jacksonville. You heard it here first.
All right. So put that correct score in, get yourself whatever amazing odds you're going to get on that. Colin, so me and Tony both got Jacksonville and over. What are you thinking?
I wish I had a green background behind me because I'm a meteorologist at night, and the Pittsburgh weather is going to be rainy. Give me Pittsburgh plus the money and the under. This is a classic Tomlin game of just It's going to be rainy the whole time. And I think they're going to really focus on Etienne stopping the run for the Jags, because he really kind of sets the tone, and especially that he can catch out of the backfield for Lawrence. So I think you're going to have somebody glued to him the whole game. And then, even potentially throw some double coverage at him as well. So, give me the Steelers plus money, and then also the under. And if you don't believe in the Steelers, just take the under and just root for the bad weather.
Yeah. Oh, I love a good under. You know what? If you're right, check that. Check the weather. That's good. That's always something. It's easy to forget. So if it is rainy, if it's bad weather, I like the under there too, because that is a good call there, Colin. If it's rainy in Pittsburgh, rainy and cold weather, always a good under weather. So
yeah, the good thing is the good thing for Jacksonville is it's actually not going to be that cold. It's going to be 60 degrees. So that does help them a little bit. But it's raining.
Okay,
it's raining.
It's gonna rain.
It's gonna rain. That's Family Guy, right?
Yeah.
He's like, all right, now to whoever with the weather, it's gonna rain. Thanks. Yeah. It's funny.
All right. Moving on. We haven't used many of our sounders yet, so we had some good Family Guy ones in there. Speaking of which, a little late, but thank you all for joining us on the Hedge with Double D.
The Hedge with Double D.
All right, can't forget that.
Better late than never.
Late than
never. People love going 17 minutes into a podcast to just start listening.
Hey, Tony, I just noticed this. Did you change your name?
No.
When did
I've changed it twice.
I just not noticed it. Oh, DB.
He's got jokes. He's got jokes. Or are you looking at Dawson? What are you looking at? The Saints Colts? You feel Minshew Mania is going to continue?
You know it is. You know I'm always on Minshew Mania, so you know I'm on the Colts +1. Whew, did you see him last week? What, he had like 4 touchdowns. He's running. He's slinging the pill. Colin's like, I'm not watching the Colts.
That was like the best game of the week.
The Colts Browns is crazy. Colts kept it close with the Browns. I mean, more than the Colts, they're not that great, but they're getting better. They're kind of better than I thought they'd be. They're getting Jonathan Taylor back, and the Saints aren't very good, I don't think. So taking the Colts +1. Sock it to me. Colin, you like this game, I can tell. Are you Minshew Mania?
I'm right there with you, brother. I'm right there with you. Colts +1. Give me anytime Jonathan Taylor TD. Just pair those together.
Right.
I don't have a good read on the over under, so I wouldn't necessarily bet it. But if you had to make me bet, I'd take the over. I think it could be like a 27-24 game.
It's at 43.5, by the way. So yeah, 43.5. Sorry.
Yeah, 43.5. So give me Colts +1. Jonathan Taylor score TD, and I'll take the over as well.
All right. Interesting. Okay, so 2 Colts. Tony, you riding Minshew Mania?
Ooh. Oh man, it's tough. One of my favorite Super Bowls ever featured these 2 teams, and my 2 favorite quarterbacks of all time with Drew Brees and Peyton Manning.
Wow.
So this is hard. These are the 2 teams I rooted for growing up. I'm going to say, give me the Colts. If this game were in the Superdome and it were +1, I would definitely be going with the Saints. Speaking of home field advantages, I don't know. I mean, I've been to Seattle. That's pretty crazy. But I imagine the Superdome is right up there. So, but yeah, give me the Colts. Minshew Mania. They've had some close games here. The last 2 weeks didn't come away with a win. I think that snaps this week. Get a win over the Saints, whose offense has been struggling. When we were doing season previews, I had them winning 10+ games and taking a cakewalk to the playoffs. But man, they're making me eat my words, that's for sure. But they still do have a very solid defense. That's why I think I'm going to take the under on this game instead of the over. Saints bad offense, Saints good defense. That kind of screams under to me. So give me Colts to win. Or I guess they're 1-point dogs or 1-point favorites. Sorry,
they're
1-point dogs.
Okay, well yeah, give me Colts money line. And also another bet that's been hidden for me. Whatever Alvin Kamara's reception total is, take the over. That is easy money. That man, even if it's just a 1 or 2 yard gain, he's going to get like 2 receptions every drive at least. So whatever that number is, take the over.
He was like my best draft pick this year in like the, I don't know, 6th, 7th round or whatever. And is now like my
top yeah. I'll let him ride on my bench for 3 weeks if he's going to do this when he comes back. Come on now.
All right. I feel like there's something I was going to say. I forgot now. But them's the breaks, huh?
Them's the breaks.
Au revoir.
All right, that's the expertise you will get on the hedge with Double D. We're all on the Colts +1. I'll let you know if I think about it. I don't know, the 43.5, like you said, Colin. I don't know. I'm gonna stay away from that.
If that number was like 41.5, that you'd feel a heck of a lot better.
Yeah. It's funny, I see 43.5 a couple times on here, so that's a common one. I remember now. I was gonna brag. I was gonna say me and EJ's Falcons pick now looks very good to win the division. So there it is.
Well, hey, don't forget, I said the Bucks could take the over, which I know they started off 3-0, now they're 3-3. So it's said their total, but who knows?
It was a sneaky good pick, maybe.
Yeah, it looks like not good. Damn.
All Baker. Well, all right, moving on. All right, Houston, Carolina. Ooh, battle of the rookie quarterbacks. This is kind of fun. Bryce Young versus
CJ Stroud.
Thank you, CJ Stroud. Stroud has looked much better so far. And you can't really say the Texans are a better team around him. I don't know. Maybe some of those young receivers are looking pretty good. Some cool names too: Tank Dell and Nico Collins. So that's always fun. So I don't know. Maybe Houston is a better team, but Houston's -3.5. I feel like I've started all of them. So Tony, I'll let you start this one. But Houston's -3.5. Carolina's, totals 43.5 again.
Okay. I like Houston a lot. I don't think they're going to necessarily be a playoff team or win the Super Bowl or anything, but I think they'll be fighting for a playoff spot at the end of the season, especially with their schedule and everything. D'Amico Ryans has got a good thing going. Rookie head coach, he's proven himself in the NFL right now. I know they're not world beaters or anything, but man, if he can take that roster and do what he's doing, it's like a lot of respect for him. The defense has been playing great. CJ Stroud seems to be a good quarterback out of Ohio State for the first time. So that's fun seeing him play. And Bryce Young, I like him. I want him to do well. And I was just talking about how Drew Brees is one of my favorite quarterbacks, and he's tiny, or he's a short guy. But man, Bryce Young, he's so little. It's like how it's hard to imagine him looking over the tall offensive lineman and just seeing the whole field. He's at such a disadvantage. So I want him to do well. I hope he proves me wrong, but I just think with his size, I think the Panthers should have gone with the other option at number 1. But going to the game, let's get I think Texans is an easy cover there. I'll definitely take that. I'm surprised that number's not a little bit higher. And give me the over on the points. I know I was just kind of dogging Bryce Young, but he does have a hell of a safety net in Adam Thielen. I didn't think he was going to do anything this year, but he's actually surprising a lot of people and having a really good year. When I was in Seattle, I saw them play the Panthers, and Adam Thielen lit them up. So give me the over on the points. I think it'll be not necessarily a shootout, but there'll be some points.
All right, Colin, what are you thinking?
Give me the Texans -3.5, and I'll take the under 43.5.
Okay. All right, tiebreaker here. I'm going to agree with both of y'all and disagree because I'm just agreeing with Tony.
Smart.
Yeah. All right. So I'm taking the over and Houston -3.5. If I was maybe parlaying this, I might buy it down to just -2.5 just to be safe with Houston. But like you said, Tony, I like that -3.5. I think they win by like a touchdown. I mean, Houston's looking pretty good. They're like what I think it was 5. I think it was 6.5, but it's looking like they'll definitely hit that over because
yeah,
the Colts are looking better than we thought, and like the Titans are looking worse. So that's interesting how that division's going. Still think the Jags win the division pretty easily, but like you said, very promising future for Texans fans for sure. All right, so we're all on that. All right, Rams, Dallas. Dallas is -6.5. Dallas is coming off the bye. Rams are coming off a disappointing loss to the Steelers. Disappointing because I had the Rams. So over under at 45.5. Man, the Rams are weird. They kind of seem like the team that's going to beat the bad teams and lose to the good teams and then have close games with the mid-tier teams. They just seem like a very kind of mid-tier. And Dallas is kind of better than mid-tier, but not elite. So I like Dallas here, especially coming off the bye, getting rest, getting people healthy. I like Dallas at -6.5. And I think I like the over there also. I think I like a lot of points to be scored here. The Rams, they can still score. Stafford's still throwing the ball. He's got a good receivers. They're going to score some points. And Dallas is definitely going to score also. So I think I like the over. And I like I said, Dallas minus 6.5 at home coming off the bye. So, Colin, what do you think about that?
I think this is one of those that, you could see it go either way. I think a lot of the public money is going to be on Dallas. And so this is a fade the public bet. I'll take the Rams plus 6.5. Dallas has got a big, their rival the week after playing the Eagles. So could be a little bit prepping for the Eagles more so than running the tape on, Pua Nakua. So yeah, give me the Rams plus 6.5, and I'll also take the that 45.5. I thought that was 43.5. Yeah, let's go with it. I'll go over. I don't feel good about it. I wouldn't bet it, but I'm gonna go over.
All right, Tony, you riding the over with us? And then spread wise, what are you thinking?
I think the Cowboys, after their super, super hot start, I don't believe in the Cowboys a whole lot. They lost a key player or two on defense, and just Dak. Like, I want him to do well so bad, but I don't know if he's the future for the for the Cowboys. But with that being said, I think I'm going to take the Rams. I might even take the Rams money line in this situation. That 6.5 is real big. I think it's going to be a close game, and I think Matthew Stafford might be the better quarterback in this matchup. You got Cooper Kupp and.
Are you saying plus 215 money line Rams? Sweet.
I mean, I'm not saying this. I mean, they've proven they can still. Matthew Stafford can still move the ball, like you said. Like, they got a good offense. I know they're missing their running back, but they got a running back by committee. Like, it doesn't matter who's running the ball, honestly. And yeah, just Dallas has been disappointing. So I'm also going to go with the under on the points. I'm going to go against you guys. So yeah, give me Rams. You know what? Rams money line. They're going to win the game. Give me the under on the points.
All right.
And Puka Nakua is going to score 8 touchdowns.
And he's dog of the week.
Just kidding. That would be the over. I'm kidding.
All right. So Tony's dog of the week, then the Rams. I like that, man. I mean, I think if I'm taking the Rams plus 6.5, I'm probably taking the under too. So not bad. Y'all maybe you can sway me. We'll see how I feel Sunday. All right, next we got the Jets and the Giants, the Battle of New York, or as we were saying earlier, the Battle of New Jersey. New York, New Jersey. My initial thoughts here are the Giants are bad and the Jets are okay. Better than we thought since Rodgers went down. But Colin, I'm going to let you start us off with this one. Jets, Giants. The Jets are -3 with a 36.5 total. So what are you thinking?
I think I think the Giants have kind of figured a little something out. And with Wink Martindale's their defensive coordinator, they're going to blitz, 80% of the time. So yeah, give me the Giants +3. That under is so low that makes me real nervous. I would stay away from it at 36.5. But if you absolutely have to, give me the under on that one. I think it's going to be real low, real greasy game. And yeah, Giants, let's do it.
All right. So taking Giants +3 and under. Tony, what are you thinking?
So the Giants are bad.
Yeah.
And I think Zach Wilson, I can't believe I'm about to say this. He's kind of like coming into his own a little bit. Like, he's been playing a little bit better. Yeah. He's been surprising me, that's for sure. So I like the Jets in this one to cover, especially if they can get Garrett Wilson involved. I know he's had I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. Yeah, get Garrett Wilson involved early and often. Get Zach Wilson's confidence up early, and I think the Jets can run away with this. So give me the Jets to cover And also give me the over on the points. If it were a few points higher, I probably wouldn't. But like you said, it's a really low number. So I'm going to take the over.
Oh. All right. This time I'm going to agree with both of y'all and disagree because I am riding with the Jets here -3, but I'm also taking that under.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. That dirty, grimy under. I think these are both not very good offensive teams. The Jets and Zach Wilson's basically been playing well against bad teams. So I see, not always, obviously. They beat the Eagles, so that was really big. But
a little bit.
I still don't think a lot of points are going to get scored here. So I'm going to take the under, and I do like the Jets at -3. They're the better team. I could see the Giants scoring like 7 points. Maybe no touchdowns even, maybe like 6 points. And it looks like Daniel Jones is not going to play. I feel like I should have said that up front. But on the back end, Daniel Jones is probably not going to play. But I don't know if it makes a big deal with Tyrod Taylor or Daniel Jones. I don't know.
Excuse me.
Hey, the Giants are undefeated with Tyrod Taylor starting.
So, yeah, there you go. But yes, I think that, excuse me, got a little frog in my throat.
Don't you go dying on us. We got to finish these picks.
I know. I will do it for y'all. Don't worry.
After the picks is fine, just not until the picks are done.
Exactly. Thank you. I got to get college picks out too, and then.
Oh God.
All right. All right. Well, we will move on. Falcons, Titans. I feel like Colin is chomping at the bit to talk about this. So Colin, I'll let you start again. Atlanta coming to Tennessee. My dad's going to the game. Is he going to be happy? Or is Atlanta going to win -2.5 and the over under 35.5?
You know, I do the podcast with y'all in the garage, and so there is paint behind me. So I don't know if the paint fumes are getting to me with my conspiracy hat on, but Vrabel just became Patriots Hall of Famer. Tennessee is not going well this year. I think the Falcons are going to win at -2.5. I would take the over on the 35.5. But what I think this is leading to is Vrabel is going to be getting fired at Tennessee by the end of the year. And I think that Belichick will be stepping away and taking Brandon Staley's gig at the Chargers, and Vrabel will get the Godfather nod from the messy sweatered one, and he will be taking the job for Patriots head coach. So
get off my podcast.
I figured that would gas you up. But yeah, give me Atlanta -2.5, and then the over on that one.
Okay. Woo! There's a lot of picks there.
That was a ride.
Oh my God. I bet you like 90% of Titans fans are like, they will not fire Vrabel. I don't know. Now he could step away to take the Patriots job if that happens. I don't see that.
Exactly.
But oh man. So but you're saying my dad's gonna be mad and not happy because the Titans are gonna lose.
Yeah.
All right, that's what we're getting to. Thank you. All right. Tony. Is my dad gonna be happy?
I think your dad is gonna be ecstatic.
Hey-o. All right.
For multiple reasons. I think give me the Titans. And again, I would do Titans money line because I don't think they're gonna lose by 1 or 2. So give me the Titans money line. Because my flyer, take it with a grain of salt. But Will Levis is starting quarterback this week.
What is he?
Yeah, Tannehill, I think I'm pretty sure I saw that earlier. They're preparing Levis for his first NFL start. And I think he's going to go in there and play pretty well. I think maybe he can utilize DeAndre Hopkins a little bit better than Tannehill could. And hopefully just fling that ball around a little bit more than Tannehill would. He's probably not as mobile, but hey, if you can get the ball in the air, that's a good start. So, again, really random. If you're actually putting money down, probably stay away from what I'm saying right now. But I want Will Levis to go in there and have a good game, start his career off 1-0, and I just don't like the Falcons. So give me the Titans. Give me the over on the points. It's going to be a good game.
Oh, man.
Will Levis.
Will Levis is looking like he's going to start this week. So, woo. I love it. All right. So, man, I mean, either way, I was going to go with the Titans plus 2.5. I love Vrabel as a dog. Home doggy, Vrabel, 2.5. I'll take it. The Falcons aren't as good as their record. So the Titans, aren't good either. I might even take the under here. I mean, I love a low under. It's crazy, but I'll probably stay away from it in general. But I like the Titans plus 2.5. I like a money line. I think Vrabel's going to draw up some fun stuff with Levis. He's going to run. He's going to pass. He's going to punt. No, I'm just kidding. He's going to do it all. Or the run, pass, and kick thing at halftime or whatever, the punt, pass, and kick. He's going to do that thing at halftime also. He catches the whatever, do all that. And
boy, what are you talking about?
The Titans.
I think you have got the paint fumes.
Yeah. Are you in a garage too?
It's litter. It's crazy. It smells terrible. It's cat litter and urine.
Meanwhile, I have these beautiful, nice smelling trees behind me.
Well, then listen to Tony, apparently, because we're crazy. Vrabel's not going to get fired. We'll bring on a Titans fan and tell Colin he's crazy. He's going to save
he's not going to get fired.
He's
just going to walk away.
He's going to win this week. He's going to save his job. Arthur Smith is going to be like, I miss the Titans. Take me back. And then, no. But what they should be doing, maybe they'll play the Green Lizard, Heineke, and actually try to, make the playoffs, the Falcons. I don't know. It's fine. They're all bad. So, all right. Moving on. I got a little off the wheels, but Levis is going to do it all.
Yep.
I need to explain.
Future MVP, Will Levis.
I need to get back into the halftime punt, pass, and kick thing. Did that land? All right. If you're a Titans fan, you got it, I'm sure. All right. So, main takeaway, my dad's going to the game. According to me and Tony, he'll have a good time. All right.
He's going to have a bad time. So he's going to try to get a parking spot. It's just not going to work out. He's going to have to loop around twice. He's going to be furious before he even walks in.
There's going to be that asshole drunk redneck 2 rows ahead of him, always yelling and getting in a fight with somebody.
Go Titans, baby.
I love
it. All right. Moving on. New England, Miami. This is tied with the largest spread of the weekend, or of Sunday at least. I think the whole weekend. Miami minus 9.5. And the total 46.5. So I like Miami. They're a really good team. They're gonna bounce back. They're at home. If it was in New England, maybe different, but it's going to be in Miami. I think Miami scores a lot of points. I think they beat up on New England. I like minus 9.5. I like the over. Colin, what you thinking?
Yeah, this one is it's kind of scary to give Belichick 9.5 points. But I'll also golly, I wish that was just a little bit lower. I'll also take Miami minus 9.5. I don't feel good about it. And then because of that, give me the over 46.5.
All right. Excuse me. All right, Tony, what you thinking?
Oh man. See, okay, I agree with you. If this game were in Foxborough, I would be really, really, really tempted to take the Patriots to cover, especially coming off of a big win last week over the Bills. I think I'm still going to take Miami to cover. I think they just have too high-powered of an offense. It's just hard to keep up with if you don't have an offense that can match them, and unfortunately, Mac Jones and the Patriots do not.
Yeah.
So give me the Dolphins to cover, and I think man, these people in Vegas know what they're doing. I swear. Give me over hesitantly on the points. Very hesitant.
All right. Maybe if you're doing a little parlay, maybe buy it down a little bit. I like the over though. But also Miami kind of has New England's number. Even when they had Brady, Miami could sneak a couple wins in there, especially when it's in Miami. So I like them to cover. All right.
And you got to think they feel really good about potentially getting the the East Division title, just with the way the Bills have been playing. So you got to think they're out for blood.
Yeah. No, yeah, Miami, man. We were talking about it. Dylan actually made the pick, but me and him were talking before the season. Miami's a really good, sneaky Super Bowl pick and just division winner pick, like plus 300. And once Rodgers went down, boom. But so. All right, Colin. Green Bay, Minnesota. That frozen tundra, probably not because it's a 1:00 game, but it's in Green Bay. Man, we had a great start to the season. It's all falling apart. At this point, I can't take Green Bay to win. I've been betting against them the last couple of weeks. It's just in their first half, they've just been terrible. So okay, sorry. Minnesota's minus 1.5, and the over-under is 41.5. I think I'm gonna stay away from the over-under, but I got to take Minnesota. I mean, Packers haven't shown me that they're not only gonna score points, but that they're even healthy. So I don't know who's gonna even play. I feel like Aaron Jones is gonna be hurt all season. Obviously Bakhtiari shut down. Our line's kind of mix and match and shambles here and there. And our defense is pretty good for how bad our offense has been, honestly. But Jair Alexander seems to be questionable every week, so that's always scary. But I got to go with Minnesota, unfortunately. I mean, even without Jefferson, they're playing fine. So, what are you thinking, Colin? We don't sound obviously. I'm not happy.
Yeah, I think this is you kind of. Give me Minnesota minus 1.5. I'll take the over just simply because I think Minnesota will score, at least 24 points, if not 27. So, I think Green Bay's you got to start thinking about like, hey, is Jordan Love like this because it's Jordan Love, or is it because of all of the offensive injuries that are mounting up? And I think his decision-making is not great, at least, in the last, month or so. So, give me Minnesota. And I'm, at this point, I'm starting to think we need a top 5 pick more than anything else.
Yeah.
So, I'm down.
Yep. We may be in the Drake May sweepstakes.
Great.
Oh, Tony, are you can you sway us? Are we wrong? Should we be riding with the pack?
Man, I hate to say it because y'all are both dear friends of mine and also huge Packers fans, but it's not looking good for you guys right now. I'm sorry. And also Minnesota, they're kind of getting their footing a little bit. They just beat the Niners on Monday night. And Kirk Chains is
Kirk
back.
Cousins and I know Kirk Cousins prime time.
What happened?
Doing?
That's not Kirk Cousins. That's Kirk Chains. Like that's why he did so well.
Yeah.
He's back. So I think the Vikings, they could, if they can keep this momentum going. I know they have a tough schedule and everything, but I think they could sneak into the playoffs after the 0-3, the horrible start they had. Especially and I think with this. I mean, if they were 0-6 or something or 1-5, why would Justin Jefferson come back and risk getting re-hurt? But now he's going to be playing again pretty soon. So give me the Vikings to cover. If I'm in a parlay, I may even buy some more points because I'm sorry again, but I think they could win by over a touchdown. Yeah. And I'm going to take the over on the points. The Packers do have a pretty good defense. The Vikings don't have a great defense, so I think hopefully Jordan Love can get some confidence this week, even if they don't come away with the win. Just get the ball in the end zone, just score a couple of touchdowns, get that confidence building. So I'm hoping it's a good week for them. But I still like the Vikings to cover and the over on the points.
All right. Yeah, I like what you said. Maybe even selling some points with the Vikings, pushing it up to like -5.5, something, or +5.5. No, -5.5. Sorry, or even more. Yeah. I don't know, man. It is looking like, we'll see with Jordan Love. Like you said, Colin, his decision making is pretty poor. Seems like, I don't know, and just doesn't seem to be hitting the big throw downfield. And like you said, there's been injuries, so he hasn't, like, the beginning of the season looked better because we had our offensive line a little bit more intact. Aaron Jones was healthy. But we still didn't have Christian Watson, so I don't know. But yeah, I like the Vikings here for sure. Any chance y'all see the Lions crumbling and the Vikings winning the division?
No.
No.
I had the Vikings under for the season totals. I still feel good about that. I just think that last year, I think there were 8 games that they statistically speaking should have lost, but they barely won. I think they're really like 50-50 on that. So nope, Lions.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Colin. It's like you made me think though. You definitely made me think. But I think the Lions, they're well coached. I love Caldwell, and I think they're going to pull it together. I know they've had a rough week or so, but I think they'll be all right. That division is not great, so it'd take a lot for them to lose it.
Yeah, no, I think with Dan Campbell, they're going to bounce back and win. And
I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. I said the wrong name.
Okay, we knew what you meant.
Yeah. I didn't even register, so. Yeah. Okay. Moving to the afternoon games. Cleveland, Seattle. Tony's an official 12th man of Seattle. I'll let him start it. Seattle
Seahawks.
Minus, did they have any cool chants?
I mean, it's not very creative, but it's really cool when the whole crowd does it. Like one section will go "See," and the rest of the stadium will go "Hawks," and they do that a lot. It's cool, but man, it doesn't matter if they have chants or what. That place is loud. Oh my god! I was like 6 inches away from my friend, and I'm like literally screaming in his ear, and he can't hear me. Man, it's nuts.
All right. Well, this game is at Seattle again. So, Tony, do you see the home field advantage pulling through? Seattle is -3.5. Cleveland's had some big wins. I guess Deshaun Watson looks like he's out. He hadn't been playing great anyways. But Seattle -3.5, over under 38.5.
Man, as a diehard Seattle fan for the last few weeks, I really want to take Seattle to cover here, but you said 3.5, right?
Yeah.
Man, I wish it were 2.5. I'm going to take Seattle. My Seahawks. There's some dogs on that team, so give me the Seahawks to cover. I will say that the Browns defense has been awesome. And the Seahawks defense, especially the pass rush, has been pretty damn good too. So I think I'm going to go with the under on the points. We all know Seattle can be rainy at any time. So, depending on the weather, especially, I like Kenneth Walker and the running game with Seattle. And then obviously the great receivers they have too. So, yeah, give me Seattle to cover and give me under on the points just in case the weather gets a little crazy and because the Browns offense is not good.
Okay. Excuse me. Colin.
The weather's gonna be sunny for what it's worth, but not that necessarily changes on that. I think that this would be a stay away on this one. But I do think that because I could see the Browns kind of just tricking Sneaky Pete a little bit. But give me the Seahawks -3.5. And then I'll actually take the over on this one. surprisingly. I think it's really close, but I think it's like a, 17 to 27 kind of game.
Okay.
They're 17-24, really.
Yeah. Yeah, man. They put up so much points last week, but it's crazy. The NFL's crazy. I don't know. Man, I mean, Cleveland's been a good team, and Seattle's been, they kind of beat who they're supposed to beat. Like you said, Tony, I kind of want to buy this down to 2.5. I like a good buy down, so maybe I will. But oh man, this is tough, man. Cleveland's been good. I think I'll take Seattle though. I think kind of Cleveland falls back with maybe PJ Walker, whoever's going to be their quarterback. Okay, and with that Cleveland defense, you want to take the under. I'm going to stay away from the over-under in general, but I'll take Seattle minus 3.5. But this is a tough one. This will be a good one for sure. I was going to say this will be the game of the week, Cincinnati, San Francisco. I still think it will, but Purdy is in concussion protocol. So I don't know if Brock Purdy's going to play. It'd be kind of interesting to see if, I guess that would mean Sam Darnold's going to play, I guess. It'd be interesting to see what he does with the offense. It kind of, is it a plug and, is it just, does the quarterback matter type of thing? Or, or is Purdy actually really good? Or is it just a system? Is he going to be a system, whoever they put in there? Without Deebo Samuel, that seems to take a hit. McCaffrey seems to be good though. So San Francisco's minus 4.5. And the over under 43.5. Oh man. I'm tempted to take the Bengals here, and I think I will. Plus 4.5. I like getting all those points. I think the Bengals are kind of coming back on. They're getting better. And San Francisco is kind of, 3 losses in a row would be very surprising, but I see this being a very close game either way. And if, I don't know, Purdy hasn't looked great, especially without Deebo. So I think I would lean toward the under in general here, but I think I'm going to take the Bengals at plus 4.5 here. Colin, what are you thinking?
I think that the defensive coordinators and all the assistants for the 49ers are going to be working extra hard this week, jumping down their throats, because their defense has just been real bad. At the Vikings game, there were just so many middle of the field catches for positive yards, first downs, and things like that that the Vikings did to them. So I think it's a correction game. So give me 49ers minus 4.5. And then also I'll take the under on the assumption that 49ers defense wakes up and swarms the Bengals. So,
yeah. All right, Tony, what are you thinking here?
So Dawson picked the Bengals and Colin picked the Niners.
Oh, tiebreaker.
Dawson, I'm going to ride with you this week, my guy. I think Joey Burrow is going to go in there, and I think he's going to have a good game. I know he's been kind of questionable all year, and he's been nursing an injury. Honestly, the whole team's had some injuries like T. Higgins and stuff. It seems like everyone's kind of getting there. And on the opposite side of that, 49ers are the opposite, like I just said. They do have too many injuries. Sam Darnold has shown flashes of being a good NFL quarterback, but not enough to show me that he's going to beat a team that was just in the Super Bowl year after last. So I think the San Francisco fans are going to go home sad. I think I'm going to take Bengals money line, not just cover, but I think they're going to go in there and win.
All right.
That team's too good to be performing like they have all year. They're going to kick it into gear. And I think this week could be the start of that. So give me the Bengals and give me the over on the points too. I think Burrow's going to throw that ball around.
Okay. All right. I like it. Joe Cool's back. I think he is pretty much healthy. So that's kind of why I'm riding with them. And like you said, Tony, the other side is injured. So,
yeah.
All right. We got 2 Bengals, 1 Niners there. And 2 unders and 1 over. So we'll see. All right. Next, Baltimore, Arizona. This is the game. We're all eliminated from the eliminator, but I also have one going for Kelsey, which she picked the first week, and I've done it since then. So she's still alive, though. So Kelsey's alive, 7-0, and this week she's got the Ravens against the Cardinals. So we'll see if she can keep going. So Ravens minus 9.5, and 44.5 is the over/under. Ravens are hot. I hate picking. Man, the NFL, there's always like the biggest favorite always seems to lose in the NFL one week or every week almost. So I hate picking both minus 9.5s. I like the Dolphins more 9.5 because they're at home, but Baltimore is on the road. I don't know, man. Arizona's so weird. They've had some close games. But Baltimore's so hot, man. They're playing well all of a sudden. Their offense, if they had caught those balls against the Steelers, they should have crushed them. This is tough though. And they just destroyed the Titans. They destroyed the Lions. I mean, oof. I really want to pick the Cardinals because it's 9.5. I feel like I should, but I just can't. So I'm taking 9.5 with the Ravens. Colin, am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong.
I'm right there with you, man. I was staring really hard at taking the Cardinals, but I would just feel dumb if I took the Cardinals, which means that they're probably going to just win outright and shock everybody.
Yeah.
But give me Baltimore minus 9.5, and then also give me the under. I think this is like a 28-10 kind of game. They beat them up, and just really. There's Arnold. The Arizona just doesn't really have much. You got expecting Dobbs to pull off miracles.
Yep, Tony. Are we all gonna take the favorites here?
Man, going back to what you said originally about there's always that one overwhelming favorite that just poops the bed. Mm-hmm. Like I'm really nervous that this could be it. It's written on the wall, but
you're going across country, man. Coast to coast. Yeah.
So, but like you said, the Ravens have just been so hot, and that defense is not talked about enough. They've got a really good defensive unit. Obviously, it's Harbaugh; they're going to have defense. But and Lamar, he's playing happy for the first time in a while. They paid the man, and it's paying off. Mm-hmm. So I swear, if they could get a number 1 receiver in there. That offense and J.K. Dobbins could stay healthy. Poor guy, man. That offense would just be so good. So give me the points, and I think almost every single one of those points is going to be from the Ravens. And give me the Ravens to cover. The Cardinals are just overmatched here.
All right, so Tony likes the Ravens 45-0.
Yep. I mean, did you see what they did to the Lions? They almost did that to them last week.
It was, yeah. Well, I think the main takeaway from that is pay your labor, Lamar Jackson, and it pays off.
Yeah.
All right.
It's fair.
Pro labor. All right. Man. All right. So take the Cardinals because we're all on the Ravens and we don't feel good about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Ugh. All right. Kansas City, Denver. Ooh. Tony, I know you're a Swiftie. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to talk about that here. All right, Kansas City minus 7.5. Ooh, that hook 7.5 is always scary. Denver's bad. Kansas City's good. What I'm really liking more is the under. Just like with the Jets and the Giants, I'm going to hammer the under here, even though it's a much higher number at 47.5. Kansas City, something like 8 of the last 13 hitting unders in their game, which is weird for Kansas City, you'd think. But their defense is a little bit better this year, and their offense is a little bit worse. So that is a good formula for unders. So I'm taking the under as my main bet here. If I had to pick the spread, I guess, I guess Kansas City. Denver's bad, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a 7-point game or a 6-point game. Tony, I'm going to go to you here first. What are you thinking?
Boy, this one scares me a little bit. Let's see. It is in Denver. Ooh, it's going to be cold there too. Dang, it says 27 degrees. What? I know Casey's not afraid of a little cold though, so that's fine. Obviously I want the Chiefs to cover because the Broncos are terrible. But the over/under, I know you said hammer the under, but I don't know if you saw, but the Broncos gave up 70 points earlier this season.
Yeah.
I know it was the Dolphins, the best offense, but Patrick Mahomes, I always hate counting him out. And I'm not counting him out because I'm expecting them to win blowout fashion, but give me the over. I could see something like 35-14, like something like that. We'll see. But yeah, give me the over on the points and give me KC to cover.
Okay. Colin, what are your thoughts here?
I think there's going to be a snow bunny watching number 87, and that is going to be Kansas City -7.5, and also give me the under on that one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. So, Tony, I don't know, man. If you look at Kansas City's games, they're 20 points, 17, 41 against the Bears, but then 23, 27, 19, and then 31 against the Chargers. So they're not scoring as much, I feel like, as people would normally think. But I wouldn't
the issue is Andy Reid does not really care about like covering a spread. He's pretty statistically like bad against the spread. So
we're talking about that jam spread on the toast, you know.
Yeah. And butter. So I mean, you could go a little +7.5. You don't trust it. You can't really trust Denver. So
yeah. All right. Well, we'll move on. Last game, Sunday night game, Chicago Chargers. I guess we can also do Monday night since we've been kind of staying away from the Monday night recaps. But this is another very big line. Chargers -8.5. Colin, is this part of your theory here? Are the Bears going to upset the Chargers? Staley gets fired right after the game. In flies Belichick. The wheels are in motion. Or go ahead.
I think it could be like the lights go dark and Undertaker style, Belichick is behind them. No, I think this is actually a more of a Ewing theory where the supposed star Justin Fields is out and the backup does better than him. Give me the Bears +8.5. Don't feel good about the over/under, so I'm going to 86 that one. Yeah, Bears +8.5.
Okay. I like that too. I like the Bears +8.5. Like you said, their backup's playing well. More importantly, the Chargers don't play in more than one-score games. All of their games are one-score games. So if you're giving me +8.5, I'll take it. Bears +8.5. I'm probably take the under, but staying away from it. Tony, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
Everything in my heart says take the Chargers to cover, that they're going to finally start doing what they're supposed to do, but my head tells me no. So, like Colin said, everything's a one-score game with them. I'll take with that big of a spread. Give me the Bears to cover, but give me the over on the points.
I'm with you, Tony. I'll take the over as well.
Yeah. Herbert, hopefully, again, my other fantasy team, I need him to show up. So, give me the over on the points and the Bears to cover. Yes.
Sweet.
All right, guys. We're running out of time. We might try to do a little Monday recap and give you Monday games. But for now, thank you for joining us, Colin and Tony. So good to see y'all again. Great doing this. Let's do it again next week. Thank y'all for watching. Hedge those bets, all that stuff. Bet responsibly. See you next week.
Peace.
If you have a gambling problem, call that number.
All right, see ya.